What's up, everybody? Mr. Kelso here with a review of Tabletop Racing World Tour. This is a game that is all about racing across the tops of tables. You know, obviously that's what it is. It is very much so a Mario Kart-esque clone. Unfortunately, I have found that Mario Kart is a much more polished game than this is. The tracks are much longer, and there is just a whole lot more that you can do in this game. Watching some gameplay here, you can see that you can't drift. You got to slow down to hit those turns, or just be perfect when you hit them. There are power-ups that you can grab, and they have various abilities. You know, shoot out behind, shoot out the front, but it really doesn't play into anything that you can do in the game to make a huge difference, at least that I found playing against the AI. Always misses, never seem to have my shots quite lined up because you turn so often. I mean, if you take a look at the tracks here, you're constantly turning. There's hardly any straightaways to catch up except for right around when you cross the finish lines. And that's about it. You have cool little cars that you play as, and the tables and the concepts are neat, but it's just really not all that fun. The controls and the driving are very elementary in comparison to something like Mario Kart. There's no drifting at all. You can upgrade your cars, which I think is really, really cool. You can make them faster to try to perform better. And there are all sorts of different types of races that you can get involved with. But otherwise, there just seems to be a constant grind for the coins to upgrade the cars. You hit the same maps over and over and over again, it seems, and that's about it. One of the problems I had when playing the game while reviewing it was finding a game, and when I recorded this footage, I couldn't believe it. I actually found a game, as we will see here in just a second. The problem is, whenever you ready up for it, no one else is around to ready up, and you end up sitting there for forever. Multiple times I got brought into the same exact group and it didn't really do anything for me, never made it anywhere, so I just left. The other problem with the game is the music. It's pretty abysmal. It just kind of insults the intelligence. Something more fun and friendly like you would see in a Mario Kart would have been far more interesting. There are really cool cars in the game that you can unlock and upgrade, but the gameplay itself, the grind to get there, just isn't all that interesting to me. I think the two things could have probably actually turned this game into a really fantastic and highly recommendable kart racer. One would have been the ability to drift around corners. As you saw in the gameplay footage, there is a ton of corners for you to go around, and also a few longer straightaways where you can actually line up some shots and hit some enemies and try to get ahead. Those don't exist. Some of the upgrades make your cars go faster and have better handling, but I really don't want to go all that much faster because I constantly have to turn with no way to drift. I feel like we could have used a couple of more maps instead of more cool cars, which the cars look cool, and that's the really sad thing about it. I think that just a little bit more time and polish on this game, and it would have been, like I said, a really recommendable kart racer. But at $14.99, I really feel like your money is better off well spent. If you're looking for a good kart racer, buy Sonic All-Stars Transformed, in all honesty. You can get that backwards compatible on the Xbox 360, and it plays on your Xbox One. It's on Steam and PlayStation and all that. So if you're really looking for another kart racer, that, Coffin Dodger, something else better than this. It's really unfortunate. I thought that this looked really cool. It reminded me of the Micro Machine games of old, racing across the table, but it just lacks the polish that I think it really needs to shine. I wouldn't recommend it for kids. Like I said, I don't think they'd have very much fun with it. Adults would just find it a grind. So this one's a pass for me, unfortunately. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure and subscribe and leave a comment, share it with your friends, and we'll catch you next time.